Have you ever noticed that some people seem to effortlessly attract success, while others, despite working just as hard, struggle endlessly? What's their secret? As a child, I keenly observed my friend Zach excelling in sports, studies, and music, anything he put his mind to. In contrast, despite my dedicated efforts, I perpetually felt a step behind. It was as if an invisible force restrained my progress. Years later, I stumbled upon the mirror principle, unraveling the profound connection between outer reality and inner beliefs. The mirror principle posits that your outer reality reflects your inner world. Simply put, what manifests in your material circumstances mirrors your underlying beliefs, assumptions, and dominant thoughts. A vivid tale about Brian vividly illustrates this principle. Brian harbored dreams of becoming a successful entrepreneur. However, each morning as he gazed into the mirror, his focus gravitated towards perceived shortcomings. The negative self-talk became a magnet for one failed business attempt after another. Conversely, consider Joy, another aspiring entrepreneur. She embraced a positive morning ritual, affirming her success and unique talents. Lo and behold, Joy manifested her dream company within a mere 2 years. Brian and Joy, in their contrasting experiences, embodied the mirror principle in action, as within, so without. By reshaping your inner world, you gain the conscious power to shape your outer reality, transcending the reactive mirroring of primal doubts and fears. The pivotal question emerges: how can you master this transformative principle for yourself? At the heart of the mirror principle lies a timeless truth. No amount of external effort can substitute for the rigors of inner work. Ancient texts echo this sentiment: as within, so without. The external world we perceive is a direct emanation of our underlying consciousness. Early in my career, while working with underprivileged youth, I discovered the limitations of instigating external changes without addressing their inner doubts and limiting beliefs. Attempting to construct a future on a shaky foundation inevitably led to the collapse of any structures I built. This humbling realization spurred me towards a commitment to regular meditation. Through observing subtle signals, fleeting thoughts, images, micro-reactions, and associations, I uncovered a reservoir of buried hurts, constricted views, and privileged programming that confined me to a narrow perception. Consciously meeting this inner resistance with compassion and objectivity allowed me to dissipate its influence, drop by drop, yielding astonishing results. The cultivation of inner honesty diminishes distraction from external constraints, unveiling boundless creativity within us. By consciously, calmly, and courageously examining our own minds, we wield the master key to the mirror principle. Our outer mirrors only what our inner permits. True change in the world, therefore, begins by changing ourselves. Our core sense of self acts as a potent filtering lens, shaping our outer reality. Self-identity takes root early in childhood, sown by influential forces such as parents, teachers, and society. Core beliefs, be they, "I am unworthy," "I don't deserve love," or "I'll never be smart enough," morph into subconscious stories we inhabit. Consider the tangible manifestation in Sarah's life. Criticized during her upbringing for her passionate sensitivity, she internalized a self-identity as too emotional. In adulthood, she found herself surrounded by friends who shamed her feelings until she learned to mask her true self fully. Without a conscious examination and healing of her emotional wounds, Sarah remained confined in an outer reality of judgment that mirrored her inner self-suppression. Conversely, think of Brian, whose parents instilled a grounded confidence in his talents. Faced with career setbacks that would shatter others, Brian's unflappable knowledge of his worth allowed him to navigate through challenges. His flexible self-identity as valued for my unique gifts, continuously manifested creative opportunities tailored perfectly for him. As children, the seed of self is planted without our consent by influential forces. As adults, we must consciously tend to that sensitive plant, uprooting toxic weeds of false limitation while nurturing blossoms of possibility. The core self-transformation materializes in outer triumphs. While self-identity delves into internal dynamics, our worldview governs how we interpret the external reality itself. Parental conditioning, cultural upbringing, institutional education, and personal experiences coalesce into a lens through which we make meaning. The cosmic outlook. Yoko, raised in a progressive household emphasizing interconnectivity, became an investigative journalist exposing corrupt corporations. Moises, triggered by childhood trauma of powerlessness, found his life mirroring this oppression, attracting controlling relationships and employment in unethical industries. However, by courageously confronting his core wounds, Moises can reshape his reality, aligning systems that support ethical causes when his worldview shifts. As conscious change agents, we can choose to perceive reality through lenses that serve the highest good: unity, empathy, justice, abundance. The transformation of the outer world mirrors this conscious shift. The mirror principle extends its influence across dimensions of time and space, between seed conception and physical manifestation. Inner realms conceive instantly, a flash of vision, a passing notion. Physical realms necessitate incubation cycles before tangible birth. Consider the fluctuations in mood during creative processes. Initial inspiration, akin to inner conception, is ecstatic. Yet, as ideas gestate, waiting for external expression, conviction may wane. Scarcity thoughts gain volume. Doubt creeps in with whispers of, "It will never happen." Consequently, the original trajectory derails due to disbelief. This time delay between inner and outer domains highlights a crucial principle. Persistence of focus trumps intensity of effort. Quietly tending our mental garden allows physical fruits to ripen on their natural schedule. Liberating creative energy towards the intended vision, rather than clinging to immediate results, proves essential. Acknowledging the gestation period between mental concept and material creation becomes crucial. Allowing dreams to fully manifest, rather than short-circuiting them, requires understanding and respecting the time-space mirror. Consciously cultivating positive language patterns transforms not just habits, but personal reality itself. Athletes focus on envisioning winning plays rather than dwelling on mistakes for a reason. They understand victory first flashes internally. Heroes rise buoyed by belief despite improbable odds because imagined possibility made fact sudden reflection. Focused on inner seeing shapes history's course. By deliberately choosing the precise thoughts flickering through consciousness moment to moment, we consciously write the next chapter of life's glorious unfolding rather than reactively kicking up reality's dust. Monitor inner speech. Edit reactions before they solidify in matter. Insert affirmations. Master the mirror by mastering your mind. For thought is the progenitor of destiny. Like ripe fruit springs from a lush branch, reality blossoms from the thought seeds we consciously or unconsciously plant within our inner terrain. The mirror principle reveals how thought essence, rather than circumstantial details, crystallizes physically over time. This bestows immense responsibility upon how we nurture our mental garden. When musing inwardly, we must steward attention with wisdom and care. Thought patterns create vibrational ripples, imprinting themselves onto life's nurturing soil. Fretful reactions sow seeds of anxiety for uncertain futures. If left unchecked, entire thought forests grow wild with creativity's weeds, envy, lack, fear, choking our destinies before they sprout. Instead, we proactively tend our inner landscape, cultivating mindsets serving our dreams rather than distracting reactionary impulses. We empower visions not with anxious energy but tranquil trust, knowing creation unfolds on its natural schedule if nurtured patiently. This requires monitoring thoughts like a devoted caretaker, gently plucking negative assumptions disguising as insights before their infectious roots spread, consciously planting empowered alternatives like light-filled waymarkers along our journey. Despite life's surface chaos, our destiny follows cues we whisper subconsciously to ourselves each moment. As the Greek philosopher Epictetus reminds us, it is not events themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about them. Shaping interpretations shapes outcomes. Programming perception programs reality. We wield immense power through where we place our focus, how we frame circumstances, and the attitudes we exude. For inner mental tending shapes outer material harvests. Mindfulness around thoughts means stewarding destiny itself. May we tend our mental gardens with wisdom, uprooting fear-based weeds, planting seeds of inspired vision. For reality forever blossoms from the gardens of consciousness we cultivate. Our outer mirror sprouts exactly as the inner soil nurtures. The standard creation cycle that most people are trapped in is one of unconscious reaction. We operate on autopilot, generating thoughts and emotions based on conditioned programs and biases without awareness. This locks us into repeating destructive patterns. However, by making a courageous effort to flip this cycle, we can step into conscious creation. The first step is to separate our sense of identity from our conditioned minds. Through meditation and self-inquiry, we observe the thoughts and feelings arising within the space of awareness. We no longer fuse with them or see them as me. Liberated from identification with the conditioned mind, we reclaim access to our creative power. The next phase is conscious conception, focusing on a clear vision imbued with emotional energy and imprinting it into the universal field of potentiality. Whether an artistic vision, a healing scenario, or an abundant financial situation, we immerse focus into its vivid details, tones, and textures, understanding that conception predates materialization. We then confirm the gradual external reflections mirroring our inner creations, sustaining momentum, manifesting desired changes. Of course, the gravity of past patterns still pulls us, but by consciously flipping the cycle into imagination, imprinting, and confirmation, we drive our manifested reality towards evolution rather than remaining victims, reacting blindly. This flipped cycle of conscious creation follows the order of bringing a new life into the world: conception, gestation, birthing. We skillfully tend the womb of consciousness until visions are fully delivered, transforming not just individual life, but the collective landscape. Patience is paramount when applying the mirror principle to shape external reality. We must consider the density gap between the rapid mental universe and the comparatively slow, dense physical plane. Seeds sown in consciousness require proper gestation across time and space before tangible fruits blossom. A helpful metaphor is conception itself, the time span from love's first spark, kindling new life until the full-term baby arrives. Impatient couples stress over each early sign, seeking continual confirmation, first missing periods, then positive pregnancy tests, the initial ultrasounds flickering with life. Yet, experienced parents understand manifestation has its own organic timeline. Having passed their need for constant validation, they focus instead on nurturing the blossoming mother, knowing each unwavering day brings their child closer to birth. This patience allows the natural process to unfold on schedule. When consciously creating our reality, it is likewise easy to lose faith when desired outcomes don't instantly appear externally, after glimpsing them mentally. Yet escaping scarcity consciousness means surrendering anxious timetables seeking continual physical proof. Otherwise, we truncate dreams before they fully deliver simply because dense matter couldn't match mental speed. A gardener cannot accelerate spring by pulling obsessively on new shoots. Focus gently on nurturing seeds, balancing inspired action with restful trust. Avoid over-attachment to specific timing or manifestation methods. Water patiently, then marvel as your harvest arises right on time. Of course, inner conviction is vital, which is why monks repeat mantras and athletes visualize winning plays. This aligns energy with the desired outcome until our entire being pulses in resonant harmony with destiny. From this space of sovereign inner authority, we act when called while otherwise resting in tranquil certainty. Conscious manifestation thus combines self-knowledge with cosmic patience. Mastering the tension between stillness and movement keeps us centered even amidst external chaos. We remember reality is forever the echo of inner harmony. Our dreams manifest precisely when conditions ripen, not a moment before or later. In closing, the mirror principle contains immense transformational power if we dedicate ourselves to mastering it. We realize escaping limitation requires going within first, upgrading the mental software and inner beliefs projecting our outer experiences. With consciousness, patience, and wisdom applied across the lenses of self-concept, worldview, time, and mindset, we consciously reshape the mirrors reflecting back our lives. We tend the inner garden with care, nurturing empowering visions into tangible fruits. No matter what our current circumstance, the central insight remains. Reality simply mirrors imagination's possibilities. By taking charge of planting seeds consciously, moment to moment, we step into our creative power and author entirely new chapters of personal and collective destiny. The fruits blossoming in our outer world are invited to look within, tend our inner terrain, and harvest exactly what we wish to manifest by honoring universal laws. What will you start growing? The choice is yours.